Hey guys, James West here. It's time for another book review, and I've got a real good one to talk to you guys about today. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the #1 best-selling sci-fi novel, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This book follows main protagonist Wade Watts as he and his friends try to find and solve pretty much the biggest video game Easter egg in history, right? That has a grand prize of about, I believe it was $26 billion. Now, after reading the book, I actually have some really mixed feelings about it. Now, in terms of the overall story with the Easter egg and stuff, I actually thought that was amazing. I love the premise, and overall, I really love the story. Right? And if Ernest Cline had stopped there, I would have been happy to give this book like 5 stars. However, there are a lot of things in the book that I thought just really dragged it down in quality, at least to me, and it just really subtracted from my overall experience in the book, or at least how I think it would have been if some of that stuff hadn't been there. Okay, the first thing that I really thought the book could have just done without, is that there was a lot of swearing in the book. And okay, I know Ready Player One is a young adult novel, so yes, there's always a good chance that I'm going to encounter some swearing in those books. And at the same time, let's face it, this is 2017. Swearing is not the unforgivable sin that it used to be. But all that being said, I have read other young adult books that do have one or two swear words in them, but the difference between those books and this book is one in the other books, the cursing in there was fairly prompted, in that they happen during like very stressful situations or something like that. In Ready Player One, it was really unprompted, and for most of the time it felt like the character was swearing for the sake of swearing, and that's where I get upset. Because, okay, it just happens so inorganically, and frankly, it just brings down the entire dialogue of the story. Now, another thing that I found interesting about the book, and this is actually something that I thought both added to it and subtracted from it, and that is the amount of 80s references in the book. Now, this is actually... now, if you ask anyone about this book, they'll actually tell you that all the 80s references in the book, that's actually a big part of the story and part of its charm, and I'm actually inclined to agree with them. The thing is, the 80s references that were used in the actual story, and by those I mean the 80s references that actually pertain to the Easter egg hunt, those were good. Pretty much everything outside of that, though, pretty much overly heavy-handed and really annoying, and frankly just did not need to be there. An example of this would be one. So I don't have the book with me, so I'm going completely off memory. But if memory serves, two of the main characters are in a club inside the virtual world, and essentially one of them gets a drink from the bar, and the other character notes that the drink in question was Connor McLeod's favorite drink from the Highlander movie. And pretty much as soon as I read that line, I was just thinking to myself, who cares? And don't get me wrong, I like Highlander, the first movie, just the first movie. How that franchise got 5 movies more of it, I'll never know. But anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. It's just that is a needless reference, and it doesn't need to be there, and again, just frankly annoying. And so, like I said before, or the 80s references, when they didn't feel like they were in there to be in there, they're actually pretty good. When they did feel like they were in there just to be in there, they were super annoying. And now, the last thing that I thought really kind of subtracted from the book was the main character himself, Wade Watts. And the reason I say this is because, okay, yeah, there were definitely times in the book when Wade was the somewhat cool, somewhat geeky kind of character you expect to see in a book like this. But, and I think this actually was his character for most of the book, in that he was, a lot of times he was kind of he was immature and actually acted in a way that I'm honestly going to say I lost complete respect for him during these kind of parts of the book, as well as losing a lot of respect for the author just because he actually wrote that. And okay, I can't say what exactly. One, spoilers, and two, I'm trying to run a family channel here. Like I said, young adult. Oh, but basically just that it went from sort of cool to super annoying in very broad strokes, very little in between. I mean, so yeah, that kind of took a lot of points from the book in my case. And also, as you might imagine, there is a bit of a love story between Wade Watson and another character. However, the execution of the love story could have been a lot better. I say this because usually when you're trying to put a love story or a romantic relationship between characters in a book, you try to sort of piece it out to where it kind of blends with the story. Sorry. In this book, it is basically, after a certain point in searching for the Easter egg, Wade pretty much said, okay, I'm going to stop here and hang out with this girl, see what happens there. And I'll come back to the hunt later. And it's just going... And this was like I forget how many chapters, like 4 or 5 chapters where I was just Wade and this girl hanging out and him trying to get a date with her. And it was just like, okay, seriously? Get us back to the actual story. I actually do kind of want to see what happens here, but we don't need to have 90% of this of their love story, right, interrupting the main story right now. No, so yeah, it could have been, the love story I actually thought was good, just could have been executed a lot better. That's my opinion. So all in all, I kind of feel I have to give Ready Player One 3 stars. Like I said before, if it weren't for all the stuff I've said that just subtracted from my overall experience of the book, I would have gladly given this book 4, maybe even 5 stars. But between all the swearing, during the overabundance of 80s references, half of which just went over my head, and a main character who, frankly, I kind of wanted to slap at the time, it just kind of went like, just really, really dragged the book down. So until next time, this is James West signing off.